Dynamos. Welcome to Monday Writing. I'm really excited because we're going to start something new in writing. We're going to be writing stories, like made-up stories. So I was thinking, because you guys have been reading the Dynamos Take a Trip for your homework, and Ms. Drass loves Dynamo stories, that we should write our own Dynamo stories. So, Ms. Drass has a couple Dynamo stories that she's written to show you, and maybe they'll give you some ideas of what you can do for your Dynamo adventure, or even some ideas of things you could put in your Dynamo adventure. So for writing this week, we're going to be really good listeners, and we're going to be really good brainstormers, and see what kind of ideas we can come up with for Dynamo stories. Okay? Alright, this is the first Dynamo adventure I ever wrote. This is called The Dynamos Get Shipwrecked, a Dynamo Adventure. Written and illustrated by Ms. Drass. Dedicated to the Dynamos of 2007 to 2008. That was a long time ago, friends. Once upon a time, the Dynamos were having an ice cream party. All of a sudden, Mrs. McKeever ran in. She saw all the ice cream. She saw Miss Drass and the Dynamos. She got an evil look in her eyes. "I'll bet you that the Dynamos can't eat all this ice cream," she said. Miss Drass smiled. "Okay," she said, "if the Dynamos win the bet, you have to loan us your boat for the weekend." This is what Miss Drass is thinking about. "And if I win the bet," said Mrs. McKeever, "you and the Dynamos can spend the weekend cleaning my boat." This is what she's thinking about. Everyone agreed. Miss Drass handed each of the Dynamos a spoon. Then she sat down in a chair to relax. Mrs. McKeever blew the air horn, and the Dynamos dug in. Alex and Devin worked on making delicious sundaes. Alana, Christian, and Chris didn't. They ate from the carton. 20 minutes later, all that was left was empty tubs of ice cream and 24 spoons. Mrs. McKeever was shocked. Her mouth was hanging open. Finally, Juliet said, "Mrs. McKeever, never underestimate the power of the Dynamos." As Mrs. McKeever unhappily handed Miss Drass the boat keys, Miss Drass said, "Betting is a dirty habit. We'll be back Monday." Antoine and Cody hitched the boat up to the bus, and we all hopped in. As Dalton drove away, we heard, "Don't mess up my boat!" Miss Drass told Dalton to drive to Walmart first to pick up some supplies. She read her list: sunscreen, ponchos, soap, coats, fishing rods, a cooler, 25 pairs of goggles, 25 life jackets, a map, snorkels, bug spray, towels, and sleeping bags. Everyone ran off. Miss Drass says, "Okay, here's what we need." It wasn't long before they were back with all the supplies, plus some extras. While India and Armand were talking Miss Drass into buying tons of candy, Dalton dropped rope, a tube, a PlayStation 2 into the cart. Rebecca added Guitar Hero and some balloons. "But Miss Drass, we need all this candy. We do. Armand, India." "Oh no," yelled Miss Drass. "I almost forgot the gas for the boat." While she went to get gas, the Dynamos dumped paint, streamers, a CD player and CDs, and a ton of Mountain Dew into the cart. Everyone helped Miss Drass push the cart over to the food section. Miss Drass says, "I'll be right back." He says, "Hurry, get it in the cart." We bought enough food and snacks for the whole weekend, including lots of hot dogs for David and ice cream for India. It took 35 minutes for the cashier to check out the Dynamo's stuff. We loaded it onto the bus and headed for the beach. got to the beach, we loaded all of the supplies onto the boat. Then Dalton parked the bus and locked it. We all got into the boat, and Paris drove the boat out into the open water. That's everything. The first thing we did was eat some lunch. Andrew was the ship cook. He made everyone exactly what they wanted, then he ate the leftovers. Are there seconds? Where's my ice cream? Is there any ketchup? Can I get dessert first? Hi, my name is Andrew and I'll be your waiter. No one wanted to do the dishes, so we left them in the sink. Miss Drass headed inside for a nap. This is a bad idea. As soon as she was asleep, Eleni snuck out of her hiding space and found the rest of the dynamos. Amaya got out all the supplies and the dynamos started working. Shh! Hey, no digraphs in the hallway. They finished just in time. Miss Drass walked out onto the deck and screamed. The dynamos had turned Mrs. McKeever's boat into a party boat. Miss Drass was too excited to be mad. She just handed out the life jackets and yelled, "Let the party begin!" Everyone had tons of fun eating, swimming, tubing, and gaming. Here are some pictures from our trip. This is Dalton tubing behind the party boat. He says, "Woo!" This is Miss Drass and Rebecca playing Guitar Hero. This is a whipped cream fight. Swimming in the ocean. Sleeping. After almost 2 days on board the party boat, the dynamos were exhausted. Drew said he could stay awake long enough to drive the boat home. We left him in charge and fell asleep. A little while later, we woke up when we felt a bump. Drew had fallen asleep at the wheel and the boat had hit some rocks that were near an island. After Tylisa woke Drew up, we used rope to pull the boat onto the island. Luckily, there was only one hole, but it was a big one. "What are we going to do?" asked Amy. All of a sudden, Eleni yelled, "I have an idea!" She reached into her pocket and pulled out a pack of green bubble gum. She handed out pieces to Alicia, Cassie, Samuel, and Armand. "Start chewing," she yelled. "We need enough gum to patch that hole." Soon we had enough gum to patch the hole. We all hopped into the boat. This time we let Emily drive. As soon as we drove away, it started to rain. Everyone put on their ponchos and hurried into the boat. By the time we pulled up at the dock, the rain had washed away the remains of the party boat. After we drove back home, we returned Mrs. McKeever's boat. She never found out we had turned her boat into a party boat. She only found our dirty dishes. And that's the end. So start thinking about what you liked from this Dynamo adventure that you might put into your Dynamo adventure. See you guys later.